All right, live from the rinks at Corona Inline, Cal Poly D1 taking on UC Santa Barbara, Blue-Green rivals. And UC Santa Barbara taking this early 1-0 lead, just 20 seconds in. Jack Matthews for Santa Barbara scoring that goal there. And the Gauchos are back in the offensive zone. Moving on in, there's a close shot, that one blocked out, and they'll come back the other way for the Mustangs. Moving up, here comes Kumada. Kumada, the shot hits the post and off to the side. Back the other way for the Gauchos. The captain, Danny Kumada, coming in close there, but just off the side of the post. Let's start here as we bring you action for today's games. Cal Poly D1 versus UC Santa Barbara, and just after this will be Cal Poly Gold Team taking on Arizona State University in the D3 finals. So Mustangs moving it back up into the corner for Alex Chappell. Chappell leaves it in the corner. Jack Pavic can't handle it, comes back the other way. 81, that's Jack Matthews, the goal scorer. He moves in, there's a shot out and it's taken away. Chris Audie with it. Passes it cross crease, behind the net and up the rink, but back to Jack Matthews who lays it out in front. And circling in the corner are the Gauchos in the offensive zone. Being put up along the boards here. And Santa Barbara take it back within their own zone. Platt getting onto that one and able to take that away for Joe Blakewell for the Mustangs behind their own net. Chappell moving up for Cal Poly. The freshman here sends the shot. That one goes through Berger and off to the side. Now back for Blakewell who holds it. Cal Poly have given up the first goal, I believe, in almost every game that they've played here at playoffs. This is the elimination game. Winner of this moves on to the finals where they'll play the winner of Arizona State versus CSU Fullerton. As moving in, the shot from the point, taken down by Berger. Leone with the shot. It's back for Cal Poly though, holding it. They can bring it through the center line. Left for Kumada who gives it for Blakewell. Blakewell. For Leone, Blakewell in front. He's tied up though and has it taken away. Behind in the Gaucho zone, Kevin Mooney as he skates it up. Moves in, tied up, couldn't get the shot off. And it comes back out, Jack Matthews moving in again. There's the shot, that one's blocked out in front. And a great stick there by Blakewell who moves it up. Blakewell shot and it's saved, rebound swept away. Jake Stamm now, he's able to maintain it. Kumada holds it. Moving in for the Mustangs, Kumada trying to give that one to Audie. Got tied up out in front. Poked away from Justin Kirker for the Gauchos. Played on into the corner. Recovered by the Mustangs. Lost 5-2 to the Gauchos earlier today. And a puck that gets deflected up into the netting. Cal Poly opened the tournament with a 5-2 loss to UC Santa Barbara. This team yesterday to start out the tournament, and they'll have to get through the Gauchos here to make it to the finals. Carried by Trevor Milliken and played up ahead. Sent back for John Turia from New Zealand for the Gauchos. Play the cross pass, can't connect, but UC Santa Barbara recovers it. Kevin Mooney skates in, passes across. Taria, the shot saved by Nick Leacox. Play whistle down. Gaucho struggle in their own zone. Jack Pavic couldn't get the shot off, but he's able to play it back. Dumped into the corner for the Mustangs. Blakewell in after it. Battling for it here, but the Gauchos come up with it. It's it's Trevor Milliken who gives it back for John Taria. Taria holding it behind the net. Outlet pass for Kevin Mooney, who's able to skate through. He carries it on in. Turns at the wall. Still has it. Circling at center of the rink, they'll bring it all the way back. Kevin Mooney still with it. Brings it in slowly here. Kevin Mooney, point leader for the Mustangs, 77 points in the regular season, 35 goals and 42 assists. Matthews able to get around Chappell at the center, and puck deflected up high, glove down by Blakewell. Blakewell will hold it. Turns behind his own net and will remain there as teams go for changes. Played up the rink. Pavic to Stom, backhander, then the goal! Jack Pavic out in front, deflects that one home off of the feed from Jake Stom. Cal Poly on the board, it's tied 1-1. Pavic's first goal of the regionals here this year, Stom's third assist. And the Mustangs have tied it up. Stom from behind the net, below the goal line, and was able to find Pavic for that game-tying goal. So we're tied 1-1, 4:15 left to go in this first period. Cal Poly and UC Santa Barbara, always a fun one to watch between these two teams, the blue-green rivals. Aikens holding it at center. He'll circle back with it. Carried in by Aikens. Couldn't find Kumada, but Danny Kumada is able to get it back, and it'll be recovered by Leone. Mustangs will skate it out of their own zone. Danny Kumada with speed up the side. He's able to get through one. Still has it out in front, but can't find it in his feet. And it's taken by John Taria. John Taria now turns in his own zone. Now he'll take it up. Pass out, slips into the corner. Played by the Mustangs. Waddell to Blakewell, behind the net. Blake Well, the sophomore from Davis, California here. Holding it. Well, third on the team in points as a defenseman, as it's taken away by Kevin Mooney. Kevin Mooney to the front, and they score. Gauchos up 2-1. Kevin Mooney the assist on Tyler Baroni's goal to take the lead here with a little over 2 minutes remaining in this period. Played along the wall, and a penalty called against the Mustangs as Jack Havoc took one of the Gauchos. Oh no. Penalty against UC Santa Barbara. Kevin Mooney headed to the box. It'll be a Mustang power play. So Mustangs to the power play here, leading scorer for UC Santa Barbara, Kevin Mooney in the box. Berger has it and covers it. Unsportsmanlike conduct, the call against Kevin Mooney as Mustangs win the faceoff back for Alex Waddell. Plays it across. Blake Well to recover it. Penalty power play here for Cal Poly, Alex Waddell, Joe Blakewell, Danny Kumada, and Jake Stahl. This is what we've been seeing all tournament here as Blakewell gets in low at the top of the circle. He holds it, gives it back for Waddell. Waddell sends the shot, that one just wide of the top corner. Into the corner for Jake Stahl. He gives it to Wads, who gives it to Blakewell. Waddell moving in. Can't find the shot, so he skates around. Ow, with the one-timer. Saved by Berger. Waddell moving in. He gets around. The shot deflected. 1 minute in the power play. 1 minute in the period. Clock's almost synced up here as Cal Poly forced to take it back in from their own zone. Joe Blakewell to Stom. A great chance for the Mustangs to tie it here late into the first period. They exchange. Shot by Stom, that one's blocked. Kumada to recover in the corner. He's taken into to the boards by Jack Matthews. Blakewell recovers. Waddell. Kumada can't hold it. 30 seconds left in the period here, 25 on the penalty. Jake Stom tries to get that one through, can't get through the feet, and cleared all the way back down by Trevor Milliken for the Gauchos. So Mustangs will change a play here. Time winding down, 10 seconds. Shot is blocked. Blakewell moving in with that one. Over to Waddell, 5 seconds. He gives it over. Can't get it off the skates as Danny Kumada. Penalty over, and so is the period. Gauchos pick up the lead late into the first. Lead 2-1 over Cal Poly. We'll be back with the action for the second period. Back in for the second period. Cal Poly trailing to the UC Santa Barbara Gauchos by 1 after a late goal in the first. Carrying it in. Gauchos, a shot fended off by Nick Leacox. And now recovered by the Gauchos here, moving on in. Pavic able to take that one away momentarily, but Gauchos get it back out to the point. Kevin Mooney to hold it in the Gaucho zone. They'll continue the circle here. Trevor Milliken to recover it. 1 minute gone in this first period. Meanwhile, Arizona State taking on CSU Fullerton, tied 0-0 late in the first period. Gauchos bringing it up with speed. Skating in, shot, and they can't handle the one-timer. Puck skipping on into the corner. Pavic gets it behind for Matt Akins. Akins holding it here. Akins sends it up for Chappell, who sends it cross for Andrew Platt. Platt will have to send that one back around. He's pressured here and tripped up on the play, but no call as they're still tangled up, but Akins able to get up first and recover it. Akins still has it. Ahead for Matt Fisher, the senior. Across, Akins skating in. Akins sends the shot, that one finds its way to Berger, but he's able to stop it. Still back in the corner. And it'll come back out for the Gauchos. They skate around. Sent back, but pass intercepted by Fisher. Fisher, pass, and Blakewell tied up by Torria in the corner. Gauchos recover it. Trevor Milliken all the way back. Stretch pass. Behind the net. Out in front and takes a scary bounce off of Andrew Klatt, but goes just wide of the Mustangs' goal. Back in for Santa Barbara. Loses the handle on it and a penalty called. Hooking call against the Mustangs. And it's Danny Kumana to the box, not happy about that one. Power play chance here for UC Santa Barbara as they lead by 1. We have 9:10 to go in this second period. Zach Matthews on the side of the net to the point. Matthews holds it. Sent across. Matthews, the one-timer off the angle. Stopped by Leacox into the corner. Pushed down into the corner is Andrew Klatt for the Mustangs here. He's battling for it. 4-player scrum here along the boards. Held though by the Gauchos as stick gets broken on that play in the corner here. Klatt's still on it as they continue to get tied up. That's a minute gone in this penalty as players grinding out for it. Mustangs come up with it. A minute killed off of this. Joe Blakewell sends one from far out. Players will go for changes. Blakewell, Waddell, and Stamm out here for Cal Poly. Power play will continue. 40 seconds left in it. Passed across. Kevin Mooney exchanging. Kevin Mooney, the one-timer off the post. And no, it's not in. Kevin Mooney with it again. To the side for John Torria. Back for Mooney. Mooney takes the shot. Saved by Leacox and covers it. 18 seconds to go. in this Santa Barbara power play. Power play unit for Santa Barbara. It's John Torria, Kevin Mooney, Andrew Vieira, and can't tell the last number. I believe it's Trevor Milliken. Face off, Torria and Pavic. One back for Kevin Mooney. Mooney to Torria. Mooney, the point, sends it across. Held out by Milliken. Milliken's pass slips through. Penalty expires here. Danny Kumada back on the ring, 4-on-4. Penalty killed off by the Mustangs, but Gauchos still have it. John Torria, the shot, saved by Leacock, swept to the side, into the corner, played out. Danny Kumada coming the other way. 7 minutes to go in this period. Danny Kumada skates in, circles back. Pass makes it through to Joe Blakewell. Blakewell sends one, they score! Deflected in front, and it's a tie game. The captain, Danny Kumada. Danny Kumada ties it up as Blakewell sends it from the point, and it's deflected by Danny past Justin Berger. Less than 7 minutes to go in the second period. We have a tie game between Cal Poly and Santa Barbara, UC Santa Barbara. Face off one back by the Gauchos, and they'll play it from their own zone. Moving up, skating around, behind the net, Kevin Mooney still has it. Mooney can't send it across. Andrew Klatt was there. Out in front, and Leacock's the save off the side. Jack Matthews denied. Trying to deflect that one off the angle, and Leacock's got across. Face off by Alex Chappell, one back for Blakewell, who sends it up for Akins, who sends it up again for Chappell. It comes back to him. He skates in with it, loses it there, and Berger able to cover that one. So face off now in the Gaucho zone. 6:09 to go in the second period. We're tied 2-2 off of the goal by Danny Kumada. Coming out of the penalty box and straight to the goal. Waddell to take the face off. He wins it back for Chris Audie. Chris Audie's shot gets. Berger might have gotten a piece of that one as Waddell holds it for the Mustangs. He takes it back. Along the boards for Blakewell. Blakewell skating in. Blakewell circling. Has it for Pavic. Pavic drops it for Waddell. Waddell through the middle, poked away, but recovered by Blakewell. Mustangs continue to circle. Blakewell in, sends one wide. The backhander skips behind the net. In the corner, picked up by the Mustangs. Blakewell moves around. Shot, and the glove of Berger bats it away. Battling for it, Joe Blakewell. He's all over it as Waddell now carries it in. Waddell cutting across, he'll cut behind the net. He's tied up. Pass out in front, can't find the shot, there it is, but Berger had it. 4:55 to go here. Face off one back, Cal Poly. Som from the point. Bounces out to Kumada behind the net. Akins. Backhanded for Alex Chappell. Chappell Can't get it through. Trevor Milliken's shot that goes way wide into the corner. And Kevin Mooney now still has it. Sends the shot through the defender. Lee Cox made the stop into the corner. Picked up by Jake Stom. Jake Stom for Aikens. Aikens, pass deflected off the skate of John Taria, but Kumada is able to recover that one. Sends it across for Alex Chappell, who is coming down. Chappell now moving ahead. Sends it across for Stom. Cross through the slot. They're coming back for the Gauchos. They're moving in. They have numbers. Coming around, saved by Lee Cox. Kevin Mooney denied. Lee Cox, the stop. The freshman goaltender here for the Mustangs in his first year of playing at the Division I level. Has looked strong starting out the day. First game of the day for both these teams. And potentially the last game of the day for whoever comes out short in this one as Kevin Mooney cuts across. Jack Matthews for Santa Barbara. Matthews has it for the tip. Lee Cox to save, still loose. And Lee Cox crawling to find it, but he finally does and covers. Dangerous tip out in front by Andrew Vieira, but Lee Cox made that initial stop and was able to find the puck to cover. Have a face-off to the right of the Mustangs' goal. Kevin Mooney won that back, but John Leone was the one who played it. He skates in with it. Into the corner. He turns. Gives it up for Waddell. Comes back out, though, for the Gauchos the other way. 2-on-3 developing here. They pause up. Trying to skate in. Can't. Gets tied up. Behind the Mustang net. Andrew Klatt loses the stick on the play. And Gaucho's able to get that one out for Kevin Mooney. The shot still loose. And a scramble as Nick Lee Cox caught a piece of the shot by Kevin Mooney. Puck bouncing dangerously in the goal crease, but Lee Cox able to turn back, find it, and cover. Lots of chances here for the Mustangs. For the Gauchos, I should say. But nothing going in this second period. Stom in the corner. Pushed on by Taria. Chris Audie able to get that one all the way out. A race for it in the corner. And now they'll have to race back as the Gauchos pick it up. They move in. Pass across. Stom comes up with it. Gives it for Pavic. Pavic has a goal here. Tied up. Couldn't get the shot off. Into the corner. Gauchos hold it. Less than 2 minutes to go in the second period. Score is tied at 2-2. Played behind the Gaucho net. 1 minute and 30 seconds to go here in this second period. Still tied. Gaucho still holding it. And we'll wait. Find a pass here for Duncan Prince, who skates around the net. Takes it up, pass immediately intercepted. But he's able to recover as Duncan Prince moves in. Pass across, that gets broken up by Jake Stom. But Gauchos will hold it in the zone. 50 seconds in the period. Moving in, cutting across behind the net. John Taria into the slot, into the glove of Nick Leacox. 40 seconds to go in the period. Face off in the Mustang zone. Waddell to take the face-off. One back by Kevin Mooney to Jack Matthews. Matthews sends the shot and Leacox covers. 35 seconds to go. Waddell for Blakewell, who sweeps it on into the corner. Around for Chappell, who sends it back for Blakewell. 25 seconds. Blakewell finds Andrew Klatt. Klatt racing up. He moves in. Slap shot deflected by Berger into the corner. 15 seconds here. Tying up for it. Centering pass. No one there to pick it up. 8 seconds. Blakewell behind. And time will just run down here for the second period. And we'll head to the third. Tied 2-2. We'll be back with action for the third period. Mustangs win the face-off, top of the third period, as Cal Poly tying it up in the second. Mishandling there at the line, but able to recover it. Pass that goes straight to Kevin Mooney off the boards. Mooney in with it. He skates around, poked away though, and it will come back out for the Mustangs. Blakewell moving around. Still has it. Across for Kumada, catches it on the backhand. Holds it through center. And here is the shot from the side and stopped here. Kevin Mooney here on the face-off. Comes back out for Chris Audie, who holds it. Audie's still on it. He's put up against the wall by Jack Matthews. Audie tied up still. He has it though. Picked up by Waddell, taken away by Mooney. Matthews to the side, and Duncan Prince not able to get his stick on that. Jack Matthews, brave enough to take Chris Oddie into the boards. That's the player that the other Cal Poly players call Dad. And it's fitting, as Chris Oddie to the net, swept up by Justin Berger. 10:15 to go in this third period. Scoring summary of the game so far: UC Santa Barbara jumping to an early lead off of a goal by Jack Matthew and Kevin Mooney. For Cal Poly, Jack Pavic responding, assisted by Jake Stom. Then Kevin Mooney with the power play goal. And then Tyler Baroni with the goal from Kevin Mooney. And then the tying goal for the Mustangs in the second period, Danny Kumada on the power play from Joe Blakewell. Swept behind the net here. Still holding on to it behind the Mustangs goal line. Up to the point for Kevin Mooney, who gives it back. Gaucho circling. John Torria. Torria cutting across, poked away by Lee Cox. John Torria trying to take that one across, and Lee Cox got his stick on the puck. Held now for the Mustangs. Given up for the Gauchos, pass across. Pass broken up, but still held by the Gauchos. Into the corner, pass intercepted by Stom, who sends it across. Alex Chappell backhanded all the way back. Left for Kumada, skating in. Cuts across, backhander on the side of the net. And it's on the netting, comes back down though. John Leone able to bat it out. And John Leone recovers in the corner to the slot for Blakewell. Out in front, Leone unable to get the stick on it. Kumada can't handle it. Coming in is Leone, but picked up by Kevin Mooney. Kevin Mooney the other way. Swept to the side, but Mooney recovers behind the net. Pass broken up. Mooney still holds it. Wheels around here. This is just over 4 minutes gone in the third period, 8 minutes to go. Tie game, Chris Oddie taken away. Into the corner, along the boards. They'll battle forward here. Oddie and Blakewell, the defenseman, up on the play. Still in the corner. Play whistle down as puck not able to come out. 7:42 to go. Face off in the Gaucho zone. Tyler Baroni wins it back for himself. Tied up trying to get out of the zone, so he gives it back for Torria. Torria circling. Torria takes it back from Duncan Prince and moves in. The shot, and that one deflected into the corner. Joe Blakewell on it again. Comes free. Played along the boards. Aiken sends it back. Blakewell is there. He spins. Backhands it for Aikens behind the net, who sends it for Pavic on the side. Gives it back. Blakewell moving in. Blakewell still has it. Backhander scores! Joe Blakewell! And the Mustangs have the lead. Blakewell solo effort all alone. His shot sneaks past. Jack Pavic with the assist as he passed it up for Blakewell, who has the go-ahead goal for the Mustangs. In midway into the third period, still 6.5 minutes to go. Kevin Mooney sends it up, poked away. And now Kumada. Played back for the Gauchos in their own zone. John Taria behind the net. Kumada on the forecheck. Kevin Mooney's able to get it from the corner. Kevin Mooney moving in. Cuts across, leaves it. Poked away by Chappell. But Jack Matthews will come up with it. Sends it down, out in front, and they score! Back to the tie game. The Gauchos get it out in front. And Leacox on the ground gets outweighted. That was Kevin Mooney. Yep, Kevin Mooney outweights Nick Leacox and roofs it for the tying goal, 3-3 in the third period. And as always, never a dull affair between Cal Poly and Santa Barbara, UC Santa Barbara, the blue-green rivals. And that heated rivalry extends to all sports here as we have 5:30 to go in this third period. Mustangs take their first lead of the game, but it's instantly, but Kevin Mooney with the response as Mustangs will break it out for Alex Waddell, who will skate it back in. 5 minutes to go. The other rink, Arizona State commanding lead as Akins takes it in. Akins can't get it around. The shot by Chris Audie, and Waddell cannot tuck it in. Berger with the save. But Arizona State commanding 5-1 lead over CSU Fullerton. The game just starting the third period there, and looks like Arizona State may be bound for that, for the finals here, which would be expected of the first place team in the division. Meanwhile, it's the second place team versus the third place team. Cal Poly and UC Santa Barbara. UC Santa Barbara finishing second after the regular season. Cal Poly just behind them at third. Also the second and third seed here for the bracket stage of this tournament. UC Santa Barbara, the defending regional champions of the Western Collegiate Roller Hockey League. .410 to go. Gauchos pick it up through center. Kevin Mooney in, just scored the goal off the post. Mooney to Matthews. Matthews takes it all the way back to the Gaucho zone. Back for Mooney. Mooney moves in. Shot through traffic. Leacox makes the stop. He's on the ground and he's able to cover. Mooney taking a shot through a lot of traffic there, and sounded like it found its way to the pads of Nick Leacox. Arizona State now leading 7-1 over Fullerton. Games going on side by side to see who moves on to the finals. And this one, much closer game. 3-3, 3:20 left to go. Gauchos holding it. They have the pressure going for them now, just scoring that goal. Kevin Mooney moving in. Mooney. To Milliken. Milliken gives it into the corner. Chapel, the shot blocked by John Torria. Now up, the shot, saved by Lee Cox. Back behind the net into the corner. Gauchos hold it. Drops it back. Torria at the center line. Moves in. Out in front, still loose. The shot that's blocked, can't get it through. Alex Chapel sends it back into the corner. Matt Akins for Cal Poly. Up for Jake Stamm. Stamm moving ahead now. He has Waddell with him. Waddell pass broken up under the corner, under the covers of Kevin Mooney in the crease. As a dangerous play here for Cal Poly, moving in with Waddell and Jake Stamm, but they're able to cover that one with just under 2 minutes to go. 1:58 on the clock. Timeout called by UC Santa Barbara. Tied in the third period. Back for the final 2 minutes of this third period, 1:58 on the clock. Cal Poly, UC Santa Barbara. Tied at 3. Puck tied up off the faceoff, comes back out for the Gauchos. Moving in, Kevin Mooney. Circles back with it. Gauchos have had a lot of pressure, lots of controlled possession here in the Mustang zone, and Kevin Mooney scores. Gauchos with the lead. Mooney skating in and scores. Shot from the slot there, and it's 4-3 for the Gauchos. Timeout will be called here with 1:39 on the clock.
UC Santa Barbara goal. Scored by 97, Kevin Mooney. His second goal of the game. Assisted by number 91, Jack Matthews.
Kevin Mooney's second goal of the game is the goal-ahead goal. We'll be back one. Play continues here at the rinks at Corona Inline. Cal Poly, UC Santa Barbara, 4-3. Santa Barbara just taking the lead. Face off at center. Mustangs trailing by 1 late in the third period. 1:39 to go, and this is the elimination game. The Mustangs, top line out, Blake Well with Waddell, Kumada, Crisati. Adi out in front. Waddell cannot skate through with it, but it's put into the corner. Crisati's here. Takes his man into the boards. Boxes him out. Blake Well to pick it up. Battling with Kevin Mooney into the corner. Crisati has it. Back to center. They're pulling the goalie, but they're tied up on the bench, or at the bench. 1 minute to go. 5 skaters out for Cal Poly. Net is empty on the other side. They need a goal to tie it. And a goal to stay in. The shot! Deflected! They score! Out in front! Chris Oddie! Tie game! Late in the third, Chris Oddie, the tying goal, deflecting it right past Berger.
Chris Oddie, assisted by number 15, Time up 47 seconds.
47 seconds to go in the third period. Chris Oddie tying it. Moving it forward, 30 seconds. Kumada at center. Back and forth game. And how else would it be between these two schools? Waddell skates in, pass broken up. From the point, gloved by Berger. Kumada turning and firing it and gets it on net. 3.2 seconds with this tie game. Face off in the Gaucho zone. One back by Mooney. Into the corner. Time expires and we're headed to overtime. How else would it be? Sudden death overtime coming up. We'll be back with the continued action of Cal Poly versus UC Santa Barbara. Overtime in Corona. Cal Poly late into the third period tie it and send us to overtime. 4-on-4, 12 minutes as we are into elimination matches held for Turia behind the Gauchos net. Working the breakout, stretch pass all the way down. Picked up along the boards, Jack Matthews coming in. Matthews in, can't get the shot off. Blakewell pokes it away. Gauchos recover it though. Kevin Mooney. Mooney holding it. Has it still. Akins. Bringing it up. Akins has it. Across. Waddell can't catch it. It'll come back for Blakewell. Blakewell skating in. He has a goal today! And oh, off the side of the net. Blakewell with the shot. Back for the Gauchos. John Turia. Overtime. Jack Matthews into the corner for Turia. Turia will pick it up. Gives it ahead for Kevin Mooney. Mooney across, out in front, covered by Leacox. 10:30 to go in the overtime period. ASU just took the 7-1 win over Fullerton and will be heading to the finals. Their opponents still to be decided in sudden death overtime, Cal Poly and UC Santa Barbara. At the line, Trevor Milliken. Played ahead, into the zone, taken away. Waddell, Sam in the corner. Now held at center. Kevin Mooney again. Has he been on fire? 2 goals today. Shot blocked. The other way. Coming in, it's Sam. Sam across. Shot saved by Berger. And after the whistle getting sent into the boards, Jack Havoc. Milliken sending him in there, and I'm sure Pavic's gonna save that number there. Full change here for both teams. One back by the Gauchos behind the net. 9:40 in the overtime period. Jack Matthews had the first goal of the game. Comes in, shot blocked into the corner. Blakewell puts on the brakes. They'll look to control the play here. Blakewell holds it behind the net. For Kumada, the captain. Behind the net, Andrew Klatt. The senior. He holds it. Time winding down, less than 9 minutes to go. Can't find a play. Given up for Kumada, who sends it back to Klatt behind the net. Slow breakout for the Mustangs. Waddell has to give it back for Klatt. Standoff here between Cal Poly and UC Santa Barbara. It's been a close affair all day in this game, through 3 periods and more. Players hitting the rink for D3 finals. We'll have that as soon as this game finishes, as Cal Poly Gold take on Arizona State. Moving up, Division I. Shot! That's high by Andrew Klatt. He'll recover it though along the board, sends it across. Waddell picks it up along the wall. Gives it back for Klatt. Klatt across for Kumada. Back for Klatt. Blakewell. Skating through center. Out. Kumada tied up with his own man Waddell, but Kumada still has it. Poked away by Berger into the corner. Torria taken off his stick to the other corner. Matthews all the way up for Kevin Mooney. Mooney skates in. Finds the shot. Comes back out into the corner. Mooney loses it, but's able to get it. Pass comes all the way back out. Both teams change. Andrew Vieira. Pass broken up by Matt Akins, intercepted by Leone, but eventually picked up by Matthews, who banks it off the boards. That goes back to the other 81, Matt Akins. Here comes Stom, skating in. Pass can't be handled. Back the other way. Matthews slips through. Moves in, shot, saved by Lee Cox. Behind the goal line, Matthews comes up with it. Poked away by Lee Cox into the corner. Picked up. And taken away from Leone, or from Havoc. Mooney's shot is deflected. Play goes on. Shot from far out. Leacox with the stick to send it into the corner. Mustangs hold on to it. Leone to take it back. 5:40 to go in the overtime period. Sudden death overtime. It's still 4-on-4 hockey though. And it's tied 4-4. And what's on the board as the fourth period? It's overtime. Kevin Mooney skating in. Can't get through. Behind the net. John Leone. Ahead. Joe Blakewell. Tipped in front. To the side though. Duncan Prince for UC Santa Barbara. Along the wall. Blakewell. It's still loose and Berger covers. 5:03 in OT. Face off to the right of Berger. Kevin Mooney. Face off comes back for the Gauchos. Duncan Prince to Turia. Turia with it. Circles in his own zone as the Gauchos go for changes. Turia 3 center. Turia holds on. Deep in the Mustang zone. Out in front. Tipped wide. Duncan Prince close there. Mustangs, they drop it back. Skating in. Waddell. Waddell, shot. Saved by Berger. Recovered by Mooney. Back the other way. Mooney moving in. He has 2 already. Poked away and oh, just slides past. Leacox may have missed on that poke, but comes back for Kumada. Skates around. Has it through and it's stopped by Berger. A move by Kumada, but couldn't get the shot off in the end of it. 4:03 on the clock. Cal Poly and Arizona State preparing for their Division III matchup on the ring next to us. We'll be running over to that one right after this game, but we still have 4:03 to go in the overtime period. Kevin Mooney versus Jack Pavic for the faceoff. Mooney wins it back, but Chappell's in on it. On the forecheck, rim comes around for Mooney. Mooney skates up with it. Mooney skates through, still has it. 2 goals today. In front to Leacox behind the net. Mooney turns along the boards. Lots of extra hockey here. .320 to go. Kevin Mooney leaves it for Duncan Prince. Prince shot. Comes up high. Play goes on as it's in the corner. From behind the net for Blakewell moving up. Moves it through center. Still holds on. Blakewell still has it. Leaves it for Kumada who has to speed up. Across! And the toe save by Justin Berger. Akins was right there. But Berger gets across and keeps it going. 2:40. Mustangs hold it in. Akins through center. Mustangs holding it in their own zone. Akins so close there. He's had an overtime winner this year as he took it over Arizona State. That was back in Queens Creek, Arizona. Akins holding it here. Chapel. Across. Alex Chapel has been held scoreless all playoffs, which is surprising as a freshman who's been able to find the back of the net quite a bit throughout the season. 4 goals, 6 assists. Joe Blakewell gets it through to Kumada. Kumada for Blakewell, for Waddell, taken away though. Poked away, Kevin Mooney across in front, but John Torrea can't handle it. It's back behind the net. 1:13 to go. Milliken gives it off for Jack Matthews. Matthews shot, saved by Leacox into the corner. 1 minute to go in the overtime period. It's 4-4. Skating up as Blakewell gives it all the way back. Waddell to recover it. Meanwhile, Cal Poly goal on the power play here against Arizona State. As Cal Poly D1 takes it in with speed, shot, comes back out. Stom tries to set it in front, can't. Kumada able to poke that one away as Kevin Mooney was poised to get a breakaway there. But Kevin Mooney now brings it up. 10 seconds in this overtime. Mooney. Torrea on the side, shot, saved by Leacox. An overtime period ends here. And I think we just go to another overtime period. 4-4 after a scoreless overtime period. We'll be back when the action resumes. On for the second overtime. Another 12-minute period of 4-on-4 hockey. Meanwhile, Cal Poly Gold take the lead over Arizona State. So Cal Poly Gold lead in Division III finals 1-0 over ASU. Division I. Moving in is Santa Barbara. Cutting out in front. And deflected away from the net by Matt Akins for Danny Kumada, who gives it up for Akins moving in. Akins coming through. Chipped by, but back the other way for UC Santa Barbara. Shot is high. Blakewell now leaves it for Leone, who sends it across for Kumada. Kumada turns with it. It's tied 1-1 on the ASU versus Gold game. If you're joining us for that. We'll be heading over there after the conclusion of this one, but we're in double overtime. Akins to hold it for the Mustangs. Moved up by Leone. Leone spins back. Sent across. Akins can't find it. We'll be able to skate back for it. Into the corner. Held by Leone still, and back for Akins. Akins can't get it out. Torria will be there for the Gauchos. 4-on-4 continues. That one's blocked in front. Deflected to the side, but still held by Santa Barbara. And they can go for changes here as Kevin Mooney skates in with it. Mooney stops up. Defended by Joe Blakewell right now. Still on, and Blakewell shot in front, saved by Lee Cox. Akins now behind the net. Still has it. Gives it back for Blakewell. Blakewell who sent it across for Leone. Leone up for Akins. Akins moving in. Shot that's high into the netting. Kumada holding it here. Kumada has it. Shot off the post. Play still goes on as UC Santa Barbara hold it and skate in. Shot broken up. Milliken shot, that one's blocked by Blakewell. Backhander, Lee Cox has it. 6:44 to go. Akins off the face-off. Blakewell sends it forward for Danny Kumada. Kumada moving on in. Kumada, the shot scores! Cal Poly winning in overtime! The captain, Danny Kumada, moves in and wins it! And Cal Poly are headed to the Division I Finals. Danny Kumada finds his corner off the post. And Cal Poly Division I take it in double overtime. Cal Poly move on to the finals. We have to go watch Division III take on Arizona State in the G3 finals. So we'll be back for that. We'll see you all soon with Cal Poly Gold taking on Arizona State University. Cal Poly Division I are the winners here, taking down the blue-green rival UC Santa Barbara in double overtime. 5-4 the final score. Danny Kumada with the game-winning goal.